July the 4th was the third anniversary of my election as Lord Speaker, and I thought one of the important things to do was to report back to the members of the House who elected me every year on what I'd been doing and what I thought the main issues were. Obviously, this year, there's been a lot of concern about the whole issue of people's trust in Parliament, their anger at what's gone on, their lack of confidence in our structures. And I did talk about the things we've done in the House of Lords to try and address some of those issues and the ongoing work to make sure that we do come up to public expectations in terms of our governance and our finances and all those issues. But I've also talked about the things that really matter to me in my job that I wanted to do and make my own, which were very much around outreach, education, inviting young people into the House of Lords. We're going to have our third event when young people sit in the chamber of the House of Lords, when I shall chair a debate, and that's part of the National Shine Festival. So we're excited. We're going to have 200 young people in the chamber for that. We've just had the third competition, and that's something that I've done with the Hansard Society for schools and young people to put forward their views this year on the topic of how young people are represented in the media, and to make sure that those views didn't just sort of end with me. They spent a morning presenting them to the Communications Committee of the House of Lords. Another thing we've done this year is to have some seminars and get some of our members with really specialised expertise to come together with some journalists and broadcasters and to discuss issues, not the day-to-day political issues, but, for example, we had 20 of our scientists, and we've got some really, really good scientists here, very eminent Nobel Prize-winning level scientists, and have them come in and talk about, what in 10 years are going to be the developments in science that make the politicians and the policymakers really worry and have to think what we need to do. And I think that sort of thing really shows the strength of the House of Lords in terms of its membership. I'd be interested in any ideas about how we could improve the ways in which we conduct our outreach activities, whether there are other things that people would find useful, other media they'd like to see us operating in. We've got several peers who do blogs on the Lords of the Blog site, whether there are other innovations like that. And also just some sort of idea. I'd love to have good ideas for what my competition for young people ought to be next year. The Information Committee of the House of Lords has actually done a review itself, which is going to be published quite soon, about connecting with the public. We've had lots of views on that, and some of them will be reflected in the report, but it doesn't mean just because the inquiry's over that it stops. So anyone who's got a good idea, I think we'd be very interested in hearing from them.